Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about delete statement and truncate statement. And this is the most important interview questions also. So interviewer will be asking you what is the difference between delete and truncate. One more question which interviewer can ask, why truncate is a DDL command. Okay. So before starting this topic, first of all, we'll talk about DDL and DML statement. So we have already talked about DDL and all other SQL statements in our previous topic. So in this, we'll just be covering the main difference between DDL and DML statement. So as we've already talked about, the DDL will mainly be focusing on the structure of your table or structure of your DB objects. So DDL will be dealing with the structure of DB objects, whereas DML will deals with the data which is there in the tables. Okay, so DDL statements deals with the structure of the table or structure of the DB objects, whereas DML statement deals with the data in the tables. Okay. One more difference which we have between DDL and DML statement is DDLs are auto commit. So whatever the changes you are doing through DDL statements, you need not to fire a commit statement separately. So those changes will be stored permanently in a database, even if you do not fire a commit statement. Whereas in DML statement, you need to explicitly fire a commit statement. Otherwise, whatever the changes you have done in that particular transaction, and once you close that particular transaction without committing your data, then data will be lost. Okay, so you will have to fire commit statement explicitly. In case of DDL, you cannot roll back because those are auto commits, and we have already talked about that rollback will revert the changes till last commit. Okay, so that's why DDLs are auto commit and you cannot roll back the changes. So whatever the operations you have performed, suppose you have inserted data, deleted records, updated some records, and right after that you have fired some DDL statements. Okay, then you cannot roll back those changes. Okay. In case of DML, you can roll back those changes. Why you can roll back those changes? Because it generates whatever the changes you're going to make in the database, it will be saved in the rollback segment. Okay, so it generates undo space also, the DML statements. DDLs also generate undo space, but that will be very less as compared to DML statements. Okay, so you can roll back the changes in case of DML statement because Oracle keeps record of change rows in undo, and rollback segment. Okay, now let's come to our main topic, which is what is the difference between delete and truncate. And then we'll talk about why truncate is a DDL command. So as you can see, we have already talked that DDL will be dealing with the structure of DB objects, where DML statements deals with the data. But if truncate is dealing with the data of your table, then why it comes under DDL commands? Okay, so we'll talk about it. So first of all, the first question is, what is the difference between delete and truncate? So the first difference will be delete is a DML command, whereas DDL is a DDL command. Now, because delete is a DML command, you can roll back your data, but in case of DDL, you cannot roll back your data. So DDLs are auto commits, that's why truncate will also be auto commit. In case of truncate, you cannot roll back your changes, whereas in case of delete, delete will allow to roll back your changes. Now the next difference will be, if you see in case of DML statement, you can roll back the changes because Oracle keeps record of changed rows in undo and rollback segment. So this is the extra operation we are performing in case of delete. Okay, so this is the extra operation we are performing. In case of truncate, we are deleting all the rows from the table. Okay, so then truncate will be much smoother and much faster as compared to delete, because we don't have to keep track of the deleted records. Okay, so truncate is faster than delete because it okay, so truncate is faster than delete because it doesn't keep record of changes being done. Okay, now the next difference would be, now truncate is going to remove all the data from your table, so you cannot use where condition in case of truncate. So it doesn't allow to delete specific rows, whereas in case of delete, as we can use where condition so that we can delete a specific number of records based on the conditions. Okay, so it allows us to delete specific rows based on the filters. The next difference which we have between truncate and delete, we cannot create triggers on truncate statement. So Oracle doesn't allow us to create any trigger on truncate statement, whereas in case of delete, we can create triggers on delete statement. So we can create both the triggers before and after delete. Now let's come to our next point, which is why truncate is a DDL command. So because it's dealing with the data, but still it is considered as DDL command. So why that is the case? Because that's true that truncate will be dealing with the data, but that is also true that it also deals with the DB objects. It also deals with the structure of the tables, structure of the DB objects. So let's talk about this. So whenever you're firing any truncate command on a table, is going to remove all the data from your table. Okay, but this is something in this statement we're dealing with the data. Apart from this, what happens internally in case of truncate command? Okay, so whenever you're inserting rows in a table, what Oracle actually does, it make the change in the data dictionary also, and it make the changes in the disk partitions also. So it allocates the memory for that particular record. So as soon as you're inserting records into a table, the memory will be allocated to that table records. Okay, so when in case of delete command, that memory will not be deallocated until or unless you're firing a commit statement to make the changes permanently in the database. But in case of truncate, as it is an auto commit command, space will also be deallocated, okay, to make them empty so that that space can be used by other objects in the database. Okay, so what will happen in case of truncate command, other than removing all the data from the table, data dictionary will be updated. What will be updated in the data dictionary? It will deallocate data pages and will make them empty. So that it can be used by other DB objects. So that means the truncate changes the storage definition. Okay, so it changes the structure of the table by resetting the water high mark back to 0. So that's why it comes under the DDL command. Okay, so it changes the storage definition. Now also, as we already talked, the DML commands comes along with the where clause, whereas DDL command doesn't comes along with the where clause. So that's why, that is also a reason that why truncate is a DDL command. Okay. Okay, whereas in case of delete command, it allows us to place where conditions so that we can delete specific rows from the table, and that's why that comes under the DML statement. Now the point to be noted here, insert commands, although insert command doesn't comes along with the where clause, but we can use where clause in case of insert or select statement. So insert into my table and selecting data from other tables. Okay, so in case of insert also we can use where clause. So why truncate is DDL command? Because truncate makes the changes in a storage definition. Therefore, it comes under the DML. Whereas delete only deletes the records from the table and doesn't make any change in its definition. Definition means it doesn't make any change in the data dictionary or storage definition. That's why delete comes under the data manipulation language statements. Okay, so that's all from my side. Thanks for watching my video, and like, share and subscribe to my channel to get more updates.